How's it going, guys? This is Nick, and I'm back with, I wouldn't really call it a theory, but one simple thing I feel could fix the 1998 Godzilla in the eyes of Godzilla fans. As I thoroughly covered in my Godzilla Apologist episode, the major beef fans seem to have with this movie is with the monster itself. Before it was renamed Zilla, a lot of the haters called it Gino, which stands for Godzilla in name only. And they're still so bitter about it, I actually ran into somebody who called it Gino and seemed really upset that I was trying to buy the movie. Long story short, he was gonna prevent me from buying the movie, but thanks to one lovely Ben Lepley, I managed to get not only one, but 2 copies. Thanks, Ben. Anyway, the problem people have with this Godzilla is that it runs away from firefights, can be killed by missiles, and all sorts of other things that just make it not Godzilla in the traditional sense. And I keep thinking to myself, if they had just changed the teaser for the end of the movie, everything could have turned out so differently. Now, I'm operating under the assumption that you've seen this movie, so if you haven't, I mean, go watch it. I'm going to assume you're a big Godzilla nerd, so yeah. Anyway, it's the end of the movie. Godzilla has been felled by missiles, and our heroes look on the fallen beast tangled up in the wires of Brooklyn Bridge. And instead of cutting away back to Madison Square Garden to see one more egg that survived, we instead stay on the scene at Brooklyn Bridge. The heroes cheer, feeling relief, only to have it cut short by that iconic roar. They look horrified, confused. The animal's right there in front of them, and it's clearly dead. There's no way that it could have made that roar. But then we turn towards the ocean, where we see, silhouetted by a thunderstorm, thanks to all the rain that we had throughout this movie, a giant hulking beast. It's the classic Godzilla. As it turns out, they were wrong about the asexual reproduction of the first creature. That was not a male. It never was. It was a female. And what has arrived on scene is the bull male. Now we could cut there, leaving for one heck of an ambiguous ending, but I'd keep it rolling just a little bit longer, having the jets turn back around one more time, firing off another couple shots at the beast, only to find that it has no effect this time around. Maybe even have some atomic breath in that, I don't know. But that's how I would end the movie, with one last twist. Now, if you remember the marketing campaign for that movie, they were leading up the entire year just teasing the creature, never fully showing its form. That makes sense for the 98 Godzilla, seeing as it relied a lot on speed and stealth to survive the onslaught from the army. And how crazy would it be if the movie was still one last giant teaser for this new creature? I think that'd be kind of cool. And it makes some sense. A lot of animals show quite a bit of physical differences between the males and females of their species. And as far as I can tell, the only times they've ever really used a female version of Godzilla or a female of the species were in, well, jokes. I think there's something else in a comic, but there's never really been a female of the species. And I think this would have been a really cool way to add to the lore. Would you still have angry fans? Yeah, absolutely. But I think this would have mitigated a lot of heat you would have gotten from the fans of the original Godzilla. And like I said in my Godzilla Apologist episode, I'm perfectly fine having both of these creatures exist in the same universe. Who knows, maybe there's some way we could tie it to the American version of the original movie, or the 2014 American Godzilla movie. I don't know. I just thought this would have been a really cool idea. Now I want to know what you think. Do you agree with my idea? Do you not? Do you feel like there is no redeeming this piece of trash? Or are you like me and perfectly fine with the way it is? Either way, I'm not done talking about this movie, so buckle in. Happy 20th anniversary, Godzilla.